they bring them to us to put in the middle of service.
What chef's name is this thing? Yeah, but why did you choose service? Why don't they have their own? That's just coming from he needs to step in. That's yes, the owner is that's his job. Yes, but he outranks that. Yes, but it's his kitchen.
Welcome to Velo Football Centre in Angle Park, Adelaide, and welcome back if you were with us for the stream of the opening match here on Pitch 1, which saw West Adelaide and Adelaide Uni play out an extraordinary 1-1 draw. Before the second match on this pitch kicks off, we're seeing a celebration to commemorate tonight's wonderful occasion, the 100th anniversary of football in Australia, for women's football in Australia, and it's been brilliantly promoted throughout the week. Some wonderful media, some wonderful vision, about how it is that we've been on this journey and what it's meant to so many participants over the years. There are many, many people here. I'm absolutely staggered by the crowd and some of the VIPs that are turned up. It's been an absolutely fantastic celebration, and there's still plenty to go. Right now, all 8 teams are represented on the pitch, and they are a show of unity before the hostilities recommence between several of these clubs, wearing their fantastic heritage shirts that have been brought out for this round, looking sensational. If you find them on the internet in any marketing, you should definitely go out and buy one. Doesn't matter who you support. Adelaide Uni on the left in the black, and West Adelaide. Those two teams have just played each other, posing for camera.
Everyone, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Kaurna people, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and future, for they hold the memories, the culture and the dreams of the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people. We recognise and respect their cultural heritage, beliefs and continual relationships with the land and waters, and we recognise the importance of the young people who are our future leaders. On behalf of the Football SA Board and our President, I would like to welcome everyone tonight as we celebrate 100 years of women's football in Australia. Although we know they were playing earlier, the 24th of September 1921 is acknowledged as the day of the first public game involving women in Australia. At this game, more than 10,000 spectators packed into the Gabba to see North Brisbane defeat South Brisbane 2-0. Women's football in Australia was, however, short-lived. Within a year, England had banned women from playing football, and soon after, it was banned in Australia too. It was banned because football was deemed unsuitable for females and that they should not be encouraged to play. And I'm sure you'd all agree, fortunately, times have changed. But it didn't stop everyone. However, it still took another 50 years for female football to start to take shape in Australia. And then the Australian Women's Soccer Association was formed. Other female associations began to be established across Australia in the 1970s. And here in South Australia, the South Australian Women's Soccer Association, who we all fondly remember as SORSA, was formed in 1978. 1978 was also the year of the first Australian women's squad, and they were selected to play in the first World Women's Invitational Tournament in Taiwan. This squad, of course, had to pay all of the costs associated with the honour of representing their country, including travel, and also wore the hand-me-down second-hand strips from the men's team. After a slow start, we've come ahead in leaps and bounds. There are now more than 6,500 women and girls playing, coaching and leading football in South Australia across 152 clubs. We're excited to see 3 South Australian girls, Charlotte Grant, Emma Checker and Jenna McCormick, selected in the Matilda squad that played in Ireland earlier this week. But there's still a lot to be done to achieve gender parity across all levels of football. Last year it was announced that in 2023 Australia and New Zealand will host the biggest FIFA World Cup. For the first time in 2023, 32 teams will participate. We will have teams based in South Australia as well as games to attend. Hosting the FIFA Women's World Cup provides us all with the unique opportunity to drive profound change for girls and women. The tournament will be used as a platform to drive gender equity and long-term social change, not only in football but across the whole sporting community. We'll do this by unlocking infrastructure to ensure girls and women can participate, but also in a safe and inclusive manner. We'll grow participation across all age groups and abilities and recognise the significant contribution that women do and can make in leading the game. We've developed a plan for all of us, and we invite you to join us on this journey as we create a lasting legacy for football, women and South Australia. We encourage you to visit the website we've set up for you to get more information, get involved and have your say. If you've got your phones here, leavealegacy.com.au. Tell us what legacy you'd like to see from the FIFA Women's World Cup in South Australia. Thanks to the athletes playing tonight and the wonderful display of football. Thank you all for attending, and thank you for recognising the importance of tonight as a milestone worth celebrating in Australian football. So let's enjoy the night and continue the celebrations with an eye on the future. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Claudia Migliaccio to sing the Australian National Anthem. I've turned it off.
Oh, you've turned it off?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil, wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty. Let every sage advance Australia fair in joyful strength, and let us sing advance Australia fair.
And welcome back to the coverage this evening, and some magnificent pictures that you can see in our screen. Spiro Karanikos Mimis, what more can you tell us about what it is we're seeing in this occasion?
What a fantastic display we're seeing here, Paul, with a celebration of female football. And You know, Paul, I've got to say, I mean, I don't really like telling this story, but I will share it with everybody because I feel like tonight's the night to share it. You know, when we started calling women's football, maybe 6 or 7 years ago now, maybe, you know, a little bit more than that, a lot of people came up to us and said, "What are you doing that for? Did you pull the short end of the stick?" Or I'm not sure exactly what the saying is, but everyone kind of said to us, "Ah, you're wasting your time. What are you worried about?" And I'm so glad they were wrong, because female football has gone from strength to strength here in South Australia, particularly in the last 10 or so years. And I think the last game we saw between Adelaide Uni and West Adelaide is just indicative of how exciting and how brilliant these athletes are. And I couldn't be more proud of how far they've come and how far this competition has come, and I'm humbled to be part of it, I have to say.
I think we've been really lucky to be a part of it, and I think if we're talking about anniversaries, while I wouldn't, while it's minuscule in comparison to the fact that, you know, we're celebrating 100 years of women's football in the country. Pretty soon it'll be 5 years since we did the first live stream. Football SA did the first live stream of a match in this competition, the South Australian Women's National Premier League, 2016 WNPL Grand Final. And, you know, it was kind of, I think, a bit of a once-off then when that happened.
Yeah.
But every year there's been a big increase in the amount of exposure. There's been a lot of external media that's gone with us. And what I think we're seeing is that the competition has become so much better as well. And there was a time, I mean, and I don't want to name the poor clubs that were on the receiving end, but there was a time where you could just about bank on teams 7 and 8 in the WMPL copping a hiding every week. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much more competitive, and we've just seen it. You know, the second bottom team got within a minute or two of getting 3 points and probably should have got 3 points against the team that was second on the ladder. You know, it's not such a big surprise now.
Yeah.
It would have been not that long ago, and that's just the quality that's come through. And, you know, that team that we're talking about has got several players, you know, that have had W League experience. Even, you know, you look at Fulham, who are looking favourites to go down at the moment. You know, they've got plenty of good players. You think of players like Natasha Vella, Fiona Wirtz. I mean, it's a good side. So, you know, but at the moment there are 7 better sides than that one.
And, you know, we call the WMPL, but it should be noted, Paul, that there are actually 6 divisions here in South Australia, if not more, of women's football. It goes right down to Division 6. And there's some, you know, clubs down there like, I'm thinking of Flinders Flames and teams like that who are trying to build Stirling Districts and clubs like that. And, you know, they've really taken a step forward and taken the impetus and introduced women's football to their existing clubs or, you know, individual clubs now just for women, and it's magnificent. We do have a game to call though, Paul, and it's not too far away. The huddles are here, and it is Metro versus Adelaide Uni. Oh my goodness, I've still got the previous game on my mind. FSA NTC. How good am I going? Let's go through these lineups for tonight, and we'll start with Metro United. In goals, I'll have Commons. The back four will be Cotgrove, Scousey, Steer and Green. In the midfield, it's a big welcome back to Kiriakou. She's back after taking some time off following the birth of her daughter. It'll be Reid, Scott, Draper and Mansueto making the 11 for Metro.
And the NTC side? It'll be Davey in goal. The back four will be Belmonte, Zoe Tolland, Burns and Kontutsikos. Midfield three, a pretty strong midfield three of Ella Tonkin, Katie Bowler and Lily Barber. And up forward, it's Wright, Madriz and Nikki Scousey. And we are away. And it's Metro in their familiar red shirts and black shorts. And Adelaide and the NTC in the blue shorts and the red socks. And in the blue shirts and the red shorts. You've infected me, Spiro, with the commentary bugs. And here's an early chance. No, NTC are going to manage to clear the danger. It's Madriz for NTC. Just putting the ball out a little bit wider there for Barber. Back to Madriz, but she's going to be beaten to it by Isabella Scalzi.
It's fourth versus fifth, Paul. Massive ramifications on potential final placings.
Well, there's something we can say for certain, and that is if the Metro wins this game, they will finish fourth. Sorry, we'll just interrupt that for a second. Yeah, if Metro wins this game, they will finish fourth and put NTC out of the running. If it's a draw, then Metro will go into the last round of games 1 point ahead. But if NTC wins, then they'll have a 2-point advantage over Metro going into the last round. Kontoutsakos, that's a good ball. And there's a header. Oh, it wasn't steered towards goal at all by Bowler. Kontoutsakos again. Good hassling by the Metro defence. This is Cotgrove. And, she thought she'd have a throw. Yeah, it is given to her. But intercepted there by NTC. Ball's just into the corner. This is a corner that's very challenging for us, I have to say. Now here's Scalzi, the Metro Scalzi. Out wide here is Kontoutsakos taking up a very advanced position. Burns charges through. Kontoutsakos under pressure, but the ball's going to go out for a throw. Big talking point tonight will be whether Nikki Scalzi gets a ride home with her dad, who's coaching against her. Nikki Scalzi gets centre forward for NTC. Her dad coaching Metro United. Here's a throw in for Cotgrove. Header on by Draper, but doesn't get through. Reed. Bouncing around a little bit in midfield. Going to be cleared, though, by Kontoutsakos. No one really able to just get hold of the ball, but here's an opportunity now for Barber. Put the ball out for right, but well done, Commons. Read that situation well. Now, here's Draper. It's not a bad ball for Scott, but it should be the keepers, and Davies out there.
If you're looking at the screen, folks, and you're wondering why Metro is in gold with their name and NTC is in green, that's the celebration of women's football logo, green and gold, so that's why those colours are there. Just thought we'd throw that in.
Bowler. Belmonte out wide for NTC has not managed to hold on to the ball. Millie Scott is there on the right for Metro. Huge game. Could decide the finals spot. Which one of these teams goes in. Only one of them can. To join Salisbury, Inter, West and Adelaide City. Here's Scalzi. The NTC Scalzi. But, she's lost out. Reed leaves it. Steer now. And here's Isabella Scalzi of Metro. Trying to get the ball out to Cotgrove, who's gotten onto it. But might have just done a bit much there, and looks like it's going to be a goal kick.
Tonight's WNPL matches of the month are proudly presented by RAA Kicking Goals. Get an award-winning RAA insurance quote today. And SA Power Networks, empowering women's sport. Proud supporters of the WNPL SA. Metro will have the throw in front of us. Interesting spectator on the sidelines there for Metro. Injured tonight. The name's gone, Paul. I've forgotten her name. I feel horrible.
I think you're thinking of Laura Stockdale.
Laura Stockdale, thank you, Paul. There was some awkward looks side to side. I'm so sorry. Laura Stockdale not playing tonight. It's a wasted ball. And it'll be a throw-in for Metro. Thank goodness you're here, Paul. No one's ever said that to you, but tonight's the night.
No, definitely not you, bud.
Cockgrove. Down the line, looking for Scott. NTC putting a bit of pressure on. Offside. I believe it was Nicky Scalzi. Oh, correction, no, Nicky Scalzi's leading the line. Was the run was deep, it was Bowler. Apologise about that, it was 5 and 15. Lauren Steele will take the free kick. Interesting that Ebony Kiriakou being deployed in midfield tonight, Paul.
Well, Steer and Scalzi have been the centre-back pairing for much of the season for Metro, so they've obviously just decided that they're going to stick with that for this particular occasion.
In over the top, here's Mansueto. Can Mansueto get on the scoreboard? Oh, well saved by Davey. Throw to the sideline. And cut out by Ness Reid, the Metro captain. Metro, like the NTC, wearing a retro top tonight. Heavy touch from Madriz. Cockgrove with the throw in, now with the ball back. Draper to Reid. Got Green overlapping, tries to pick her out. In the end, too much on it. Be a throw-in, and both teams really feeling themselves out right now. Just not much happening, and just trying to work each other's game plan out. With the previous game, it was just frantic from the start.
There was big numbers around the ball just about everywhere it went in the first game early on. Hasn't quite been like that here.
Here's Roxy Dodd. Tried the first time cutback. Cleared, but only as far as Draper. Here's Reid. Kiriakou. Great one-touch football there. Scott. Cuts back. Swung in by Green. Disappointing cross in the end. One to look out for, of course, Paul, for NTC is Ella Tonkin in the centre of midfield. Fantastic talent. Don't believe she's a full Matilda, if I'm not mistaken.
She's been in junior camps, that's pretty sure about that.
Yeah, but I suspect that's a name that you will see playing for the Matildas. Here's a break now. Right. Got Madriz cutting in. Scalzi clears it into Scalzi. That's going to be fun. And Commons comfortable. Mel Commons, of course, now comfortably Metro's #1 goalkeeper. Started life as a striker before reverting to goals. Madriz. It's done really well. Kept it in. Oh, cut back beautifully. Fortunately, that touch just let her down. Ness Reid, Draper, Roxy Dodd. Trying to play through Mansueto. It should be cut out by Burns, and it is. Oh, dangerous ball, though. Davies done well. Tonkin. Kontoutsikas. Ball's loose and back with Mansueto. Inside an NTC, a chance to clear. Bowler. Oh, she's played through Nicky Scalzi. Isabella Scalzi, though, able to get back. Draper, her touch, finds Mansueto to Dodd. Dodd tried the 1-2, but didn't get enough contact, and Kontoutsikas now for Madriz. Swung in. Oh, that's a goal! Fantastic goal by Bowler. What a start for the NTC. What a finish by Bowler. Her shot sneaking in the post, and Commons could not keep it out. And what a fantastic start for the NTC, and what a build-up play. Kontuzikos playing Madriz down the line, and Madriz's cross causing all sorts of havoc. And it was Bowler who read it best. And she puts the NTC up in the 12th minute. And that is an early shot fired by the team in blue, and Metro now. Lots to do in front of them. Here's Dodd.
Football SA NTC goal.
To steer.
Now Metro United 0. Football SA NTC 1.
Mansueto tried to flick it on to Reed, who was running in, but couldn't execute, and cleared by NTC again. Bit of confusion at the back between Scalzi and Cockgrove. And that should be a Metro throw-in.
Huge start. It's NTC that are coming from the lower position on the ladder, so they really be wanting to win this tonight. But here's a chance for Draper. Has the shot, but straight to Davey. And next week, NTC play Comets while Metro plays Fulham. So with all respect to Fulham, you know, Metro would be favourites in that game. So NTC would really, really want to be in front tonight. And to do that, they've got to win this game. A draw would not put them ahead, of course. But Metro are going to fight back. Good bit of defensive work there for Uni and for NTC. And here's Nikki Scalzi trying to turn the ball around for Wright to run onto. Oh, and she's forced to play right. So Green really wanted the ball to go out. Draper for Metro. Did well. But pressure's on. Scalzi and Steer work it out. Steer goes long. But it's going to fall for Dodder, or not sure if he was trying to surprise the keeper there, but if so, it was not directed as she would have liked. No score at the other game tonight between Fulham and Adelaide City. A huge match for Fulham because they're obviously trying to avoid bottom spot. There's a good ball, but Isabella Scalzi will beat Nikki Scalzi to it. Bowler, goal scorer. Ball's gone out wide. It's going to be an NTC throw. They'll be delighted with their start. Looks like it's Belmonte taking it. Down the wing for Scalzi.
Fulham have taken a lead in the other game, Paul.
Oh, that's a turn up. Of course, we did mention that every team started tonight either in the finals, in the finals positions, in finals contention, or battling against relegation. But one thing that sets Adelaide City's game apart tonight, we'll just pause for a moment, but one thing that sets Adelaide City apart tonight is that, well, they can only finish third. They can't finish any other position. They can't finish second and they can't finish fourth because of the gap of points. So clearly they're going to play their best and try to win, especially try to get themselves into good form going into the finals. But nothing's actually going to change where they finish this evening. Or where they finish the season, I should say, not just this evening. 15 minutes played here. And it's not a huge upset if NTC wins this game, but it would be the slight upset, I think it would be fair to say. And currently that little upset is on. Draper trying to head the ball on for Dodd, but didn't get that far, and Kontoutzikos puts it out. Started the game brightly, the left back for NTC. Madriz tries to put through Nikki Scalzi, and good invention there by Barber to try to put through Bowler, but didn't quite come off for the young team. Tonkin there wins the header and concedes a throw. Green with the throw, and it's going to be easily cleaned up. Oh, well, made a bit of a mess of it, Toland. Usually so dependable. So Metro are going to have a throw deep on the attacking right. Doesn't quite come through for Reid. It does come down for Kiriakou, but there's a throw in.
Paul, just need to let you know, we just got word from the NTC bench that Libby Davey, who was listed to start, actually got injured in the warm-up, so the goalkeeper is actually Alicia Ogston. We do apologise, we've been calling her Davey, but we just got information from the NTC bench that that change was made before the game commenced.
I think it's only her second appearance, Ogston, if that's the case. And big night for her. Ball's just run out. It's going to be a throw for Metro.
Green to Draper. Again, NTC just looking the hungrier of the two teams right now. And Green took a few too many liberties. Referee asked her to go back. Take the throw again. She just joined us. It is the NTC leading 1-0. Just ticked over into the 19th minute here at Velo. Score is now 1-1 between Adelaide City and Fulham, which is being played on pitch 2 concurrently here at Velo. Here's Draper. Hopeful shot. Ness Reid, even more hopeful, and that might even just go for a throw-in, and it does. She can hit him, Ness Reid, but I think the correct term for that was ambitious. Barber inside to Tonkin. Tonkin playing Madriz. Madriz, who set up the first goal and just a little bit too much on it in the end. But the midfield of Bowler, Barber and Tonkin working very well right now for NTC. Metro throw in. Cockgrove looking for options. Throws one down the line. Here's Roxy Dodd. Plays it back, but danger, and Madriz, who's started the game really well. NTC looking to swing it in. That should be Commons. And it is. Nikki Scalzi putting that cross too close to the keeper. Draper, her header only as far as Belmonte. Right, all the way back to Toland. Barber now. Madriz. Looks very dangerous every time she goes near the ball. Held up though. 2 for company now. Managed to keep it in, and that's a corner for NTC. And
done well.
Fans are expressing their appreciation of that by Madriz, and been very impressed with her in this first 20 or so minutes, Paul. Marauding right winger.
No, she's been very good this season.
Kontoutzikos taking this corner. Swings it in. Cleared by Kiriakou. Can Metro get the break here? Draper, she's got Mansueto ahead of her. Looks for her, but Mansueto's got 2 to beat, and it'll be too much for Mansueto, you feel, and it was, unfortunately. It'll be a throw in for the NTC. And Metro yet to really sort of settle, Paul. I don't know if that's accurate, if you feel that's accurate. But
I think they haven't gotten into their pattern of play that they would like to use tonight.
Scott inside for Dodd. Good to see Roxy Dodd in the first team again. Spent a considerable amount of time in the reserves last year. A very talented individual, Roxy Dodd. Scalzi to Barber. Oh, Isabella Scalzi, very experienced defender. And
deceptively quick, isn't she, Isabella Scalzi?
I was actually having a conversation about her last week, Paul. We bumped into her cousin, would you believe? It just awkwardly sort of came up in conversation about women's football, and they related. And she said, you know, one thing, you know, about Isabella, just like you said, that she just seems so real relaxed and lackadaisical, but then just has this pace and is able to, you know, get herself into position and just marshals things so well.
Yeah, this doesn't look fast, but is, if that makes sense. I had the opposite problem.
Yeah. That's probably going to have too much on it for Millie Scott. Well, in fact, it is a corner. That last touch did come off an NTC player, and Metro with their first real chance of the game coming up.
And this is where some of their best threats come from, these sorts of situations. And, geez, having Ebony Kiriakou back is a bonus. Reed's another one that, you know, will be a target for this. And it is Reed actually along the floor, normally looking for her aerial prowess. Kiriakou! And it's going to spin out for another corner, I think. NTC aren't going to want to concede too many of these. Good numbers up for Metro. Wanting to hit back straight away. And Steer just goes over her. A shot from Cockgrove. She didn't really get hold of it. Now, Green was dispossessed. And here's a chance on the break. Nikki Scalzi.
Excellent.
No, that's a really good tackle by Isabella Scalzi.
And again.
Great play.
I love watching her play. I am a little bit biased. I've always really rated Isabella Scalzi.
Terrific player. Yeah. And for such a long period of time, consistent.
Just started to rain too, Paul.
I mean, I feel like I say it every time we're here. If there were ever a drought, just tell people that there's going to be a WMPL commentary match, and there's only ever going to be one outcome. It's going to rain.
It's going to rain. Oh, dear. Well, they've assured us that they fixed the leaks in the scaffolding, so wait to be seen.
I just don't think it's a coincidence anymore, and I'm starting to believe in things I never believed in before. Here's Isabella Scalzi.
Don't start marching with everyone else in Victoria, Paul, please.
Yeah, no, draw the line there, mate. Ball didn't quite find its target, Mansueto, but she's battling for it, Mansueto, to try to make herself a chance. It's done well, but it's going to come out to Madriz to relieve the pressure for NTC. Played back to Steer. Draper. Just trying to get some space. Just about started as a second striker tonight, Draper, but there's really not a single position she can't play. One of the most versatile players in the competition. "25 minutes gone." And it's the young NTC side that has the lead in this crunch match in the run-up to finals. And pressing again, Madriz, but Cockgrove's going to win that battle. Out wide now, Burns plays in Kontoutsakos. Good play. Just had the ball slightly nicked off her as she went. Scalzi and Steer do battle. Steer wins out. Kiriakou. tries to play in Scott, but Belmonte's putting her under pressure, and Scott's ended up conceding the throw.
Tonight's WNPL match of the month is proudly presented by RAA. Kicking Goals, get an award-winning RAA insurance quote today. And SA Power Networks, empowering women's sport, proud supporters of the WNPL SA.
A couple of big outs for NTC as well, despite how well they're playing, of course. Lily DeCola's had an injury-plagued season, and the gun, Amelia Murray, is out as well. And those are two players that would often be starting in the front three. So credit to NTC for the way they're plugging away and succeeding thus far with two of their most important players missing tonight.
And this team has really come ahead in leaps and bounds since Michele Lastella took over as the coach, and they are fantastic to watch. They play an attractive style of football. They're well disciplined, well organised. I'll just pause here, Paul.
Yeah, well, for a moment, Draper was trying to get on to that, but has conceded the goal kick. You're right. I mean, you know, they've done really well under Michael Matriciani, but then the team had to be, as happens with the NTC, of course, you know, when a lot of players have to come out of, you know, because of, you know, age reasons, etc., or, you know, being picked up by other clubs. He really had to start with a big rebuild of talent. Great play by Scalzi there, and she finds Reid in a pocket of space. Reid wants to put through Mansueto. Kontoutsakos is in the way. Think back to that team in 2018 that made the finals. I mean, it included Tonkin and Tolan that are out there now, but it also included Georgie Anella, who we saw first up tonight for uni. It included players like Lara Kirkby, Mallory Mullen, and Charlotte Grant. And we should mention that Charlotte Grant has become Matilda number 214 after playing against Ireland the other night. Congratulations to Charlotte Grant. Congratulations to her family. Great to see another South Australian. Now, here's Mansueto. Nearly brought the ball down to give herself a chance. Yeah, congratulations to Charlotte and her family. She's been had an absolutely amazing career trajectory so far. Won the Shirley Brown Medal playing for the NTC in 2018, and there was really only one way that Charlie was heading from there, Spiro.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you know, I just, it can't be easy in the sense that having to, you know, every couple of years, new faces, work on the game plan again. But it's been excellent to watch just how this latest crop of footballers have progressed. And, you know, I don't think it's unfair to say, Paul, that a couple of years ago, everyone kind of thought they were the easy beats and expected to roll up and put, you know, 5 or 6 past them. And it's just not the case anymore.
No.
And they are so competitive.
They look like a club. They look like a club like any other, not just, you know, we think of them as a development squad. They are a development squad. It's going to be a corner. But they are facing probably the most hardened team that there is in the WNPL, and it's still a long way to go, but they've started so well. But here's a corner for Metro to try to get on level terms. It's swung in, and it's been lost. Well, just for a moment, Ogston looked like she'd spilled the ball, but it ended up back in her lap. She's looking to play it short. I don't think there are any options there. And she finds Bowler in the end. And that's going to be a throw.
It'll be a Metro throw. And just head into the 31st minute here. It is NTC 1, Metro United 0. And if you're not sure what NTC stands for, it's National Training Centre. So like Paul said, is the development team of the Federation. Belmonte will take the throw down the line. Finds right. Bowler. And it's given away. Here's Roxy Dodd. Roxy Dodd has a shot. And Ogston's done well there. Barber. A bit of dangerous pass, and they'll get away with it though. Scousey. Back to Barber. Madriz. Oh, Madriz has done excellently again. Getting in for the cross, Madriz. Scousey's in the way. It should be cleared by Cockgrove, and it is. Tompkins won the ball in the air. Ness Reid flicks it on. Again, another strong header. Well done by Barber. She takes an optimistic shot. It wasn't going to really hurt Commons in the end. Out of curiosity, Paul, what's the collective noun for Scousies, do you reckon? A talent of Scousies?
A feat of Scousies.
A feat of Scousies? I like it.
Feet, F-E-E-T, because in Italian, scalzo means not having shoes on.
Oh, does it?
Being barefoot.
There you go. I like it. Roxy Dodd.
Though you need to prepare me for these questions next time.
Mansueto swings it in. Millie Scott's hit her back. Bowler. Back to Belmonte. And again, patient build-up by NTC. Tolland is giving it away. Millie Scott in the way. Here's Dodd. Sprigg showing there, but Tonkin gets away with it. Mansueto on the shot. Mansueto on the volley. And Ogston's done really well again. Burns. Kontoutikos back to Burns. Tonkin in a bit of trouble, but Burns will probably look to clear here. In fact, she tries to do the opposite and brings it under control. Now, it's only really got Kontoutikos, and they're a bit cramped there, and they've done excellently, Tonkin, to play out of that. And that final ball was unfortunate, so they did really well there, NTC. That'll be another Metro throw. It's come off Kontoutikos. Of course, Paul, if people have just logged in and wondering why the kits might look a little bit different tonight, it's because all 8 teams are wearing heritage kits tonight, and as a mark of respect for the 100 years of women's football in Australia. And we've just got an injury off the ball here, and Roxy Dodd's gone down heavily. I'm not sure what happened, Paul. Didn't catch anything.
No, didn't see it.
But she looks like she's in a bit of strife here, Roxy Dodd. Possibly winded. There's some concern for Roxy. She's got her hands on her head. I hope everything's all right. We'll just keep an eye on it. Didn't see much happening. I'm just not sure. Maybe if there was an accidental knock behind play, but showing signs of being winded, and hopefully that's the full extent of it. It is a horrible feeling having the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
The trainer's taking some time. At least the rain has ceased. It doesn't look like there's a substitution warming up for Metro, so I wonder if they think that maybe Roxy will be able to continue. Looks like they're going to get her up on her feet now, so hopefully it was just Roxy getting winded. Looks like she should be okay, and Metro will be able to take this throw now. For a moment there was some serious concern because she looked like she was in a lot of agony, Roxy Dodd. And hopefully it's just an unfortunate little knock that took the wind out of her. Play on. Here's Metro. Ness Reid will clean up the crumbs. Steer for Green. Swings it in. Kiriakou brought it down on the chest. Ness Reid dummies the shot. And Bowler got in the way. That's a decent shot. My goodness, that was close. Green with a thunderous drive from a long way out, and I don't think Ogston would have got there if it was on target. That's probably the closest Metro have come tonight. I feel like they've been a bit off their game this half, Paul. They haven't really shown us what we're used to seeing from Metro. And it's been fairly comfortable for NTC in the midfield. Hasn't been a lot of pressure. Here's Scott.
And we talk about injuries, and it's, Metro have had a lot of problems this season on that front.
Scott crosses it in. Mansueto overruns her. Madriz. It's been a superb 30-odd so minutes from her. Roxy Dodds looks like she's about to come back on, so that's good. Belmonte. It was Toland. Now it's with Tonkin. Back to Toland.
Really don't mind this right side at all with the Kontoutsakos and Madriz. Terrific combination for NTC.
Green, Wright would have just been offside then if it had gotten through to her, but Metro cleared and NTC pressuring again. Scousi loose. Madriz to Nikki Scousi. Plays it back. It's dangerous ball. Ness Reed's there to intercept. Draper. Scott looking to take on Belmonte. Belmonte keeping up with Millie Scott. Swung in. Well cleared by Burns. Roxy Dodd just outside the box. Reed. And that'll be a corner. And too much topspin for the keeper. And Metro, just in the last couple of minutes, have potentially turned the corner. They've just exerted a bit of authority.
It's going to be Draper to take the corner. And just seeing it, Reed is staying deep. Is that where it's going to go? It's not going to get that far. She did make a run forward, but not able to get any real power on the header. And, here's a chance for NTC to break because Madriz is all alone on the right. Oh, and the ball just needed to go there sooner. Barber was trying to find the angle, but ran out of space in the end. Now here's a chance at the other end, but that's going to be offside. And Ogston's claimed the ball in any case, so referee just lets play continue. Kontoutsakos, Madriz. Playing on two together. Scalzi gets in the way, but there's Barber. Burns. It was Burns, not Kontoutsakos, bursting forward on that occasion. There she is again. Tries to put Madriz through. Barber. Isabella Scalzi cleans up. Here's Steer. He's got some time to try to pick out the right ball. Uses Green. Dodd. Tries to find Mansueto. Ogston gets there. That was a bit better by Metro. It just found some controlled possession from the back and some good movement. Hasn't really been as much of that as they would have liked so far. And, Wright tries to get onto a ball up on her wing, but it's too heavy for her. Scalzi. Kiriakou. Steer tries to... They're looking for that big switch out to Mansueto, and Metro's attacking left. Hasn't quite come off yet, but it nearly has. Some pressure on Ogston here. It's not a bad ball in the end, but the flick on there by Bowler has gone out for a throw. Reed. Steer. Isabella Scalzi. Tried to pick out Mansueto down the middle. Still Mansueto. Jeez. Never gave up on a very difficult situation for her with defenders and keeper all around her, but in the end it did land in Ogston's gloves. Belmonte. Tolland puts it down the end, but
What time's he coming?
Metro just starting to get a bit more time in attack now. That ball's going to be Barber's. Metro will clear again. Can NTC cleared, and can Metro now just spend these next 4 or 5 minutes applying the sort of pressure that could result in them getting the equaliser that they would love to have before half-time.
Just feel like in the last sort of 7 or 8 minutes, Paul, Metro
just put their foot down a bit.
Yeah, starting to dominate the game, and you kind of feel like the pressure's coming. And we know what's going to happen here.
Yep. I think we've seen this one before. Kiriakou and Reid targets for this. This is going to go straight into the penalty spot. Kiriakou, and it's Cockgrove. Oh, great save, Ogston. It was from very, very close range. And she put herself right where she needed to be. But the result is still a corner, so the pressure's not over yet. Another dead ball situation. That's longer steer. Well won. It's a great ball back in, but that's the keeper's. It was Annie Green with the attempt to just put another one on one of her forwards' heads, but NTC are getting close to taking this lead into the break. Here's Nikki Scalzi. And it's probably asking just a bit much. Commons off her lines very brightly. Mansueto heads on for Dodd. Dodd now tries to put it over the top for Draper. Tolland was always favourite there. This is an interesting game. Not just because of the way that it will affect the table being so crucial to finals, but just in the way it's developed. NTC taking the lead. Metro slowly trying to pressure their way back into parity, hopefully from their point of view before the halftime whistle blows. But now is an opportunity that's probably just a bit too much for Madrid to run onto. Throwing. Well won there by Madrid. And Barber trying to put pressure on, but Kiriakou was in control of that situation. Burns. It's good play by NTC, very controlled in difficult situation. Barber. And here's a chance for Nikki Scalzi, but Isabella Scalzi's going to win that one. And, Commons takes a touch.
Done really well there, Commons, actually.
Yeah. Mansueto tries to flick it on for Draper. And, I think Steer might have copped that one in the face. Just reacted like the ball didn't drop where she would have liked it to. We're into stoppage time in the first half. And the other pitch, it looks like it's still 1-1 between Fulham and Adelaide City, which would be a good result for Fulham. I mean, a win would be better, but at least it would keep them alive. They really cannot afford to lose, Fulham, because that'll put them 3 points behind Uni, and with such a massive goal difference, they're basically relegated. So they're still holding City at 1-1 on the other pitch. Right here in the battle for fourth spot, NTC leads 1-0. It's going to be a bit of stoppage time, of course, because Dodd was down for a while. Now, here's an opportunity on the left-hand side for Wright. She can get a good ball in. Oh, it might have gone over Commons. For a moment, it looked like it might have dropped into the back of the net. That is half-time, and NTC have the advantage. 1-0, an early goal for them by Katie Bowler gives them the lead.
Football SA NTC 1.
Half-time whistle hasn't yet gone at the other pitch. They're still in the 45th minute there. But right here, it is Metro United 0, NTC 1. We'll be back with you after the half-time break. 100 years of women's football in Australia, and to the day, how fantastic that we can celebrate it the way that it has been done tonight, with teams wearing traditional kits, all 8 WMPL teams playing at this one venue tonight, and a fantastic crowd here to see it. It's been a terrific night already. We've seen some fantastic matches. On pitch 2 in the earlier game, Salisbury Inter took a 3-0 win away from their match against Comets, and we were able to bring you a pulsating 1-1 draw between Adelaide Uni and West Adelaide. And we're at half-time in the second round of matches tonight. On the second pitch, Fulham have a surprise 2-1 lead over Adelaide City. And right here in the match that we're bringing to you, it's NTC leading Metro 1-0 in a match that will go a long way to shaping the finals. Spiro, we've seen an interesting first half. How do you think the second half might shape up? Metro was starting to look like they were flexing their muscles a bit late in the first.
I agree, Paul. I think Metro found their feet late in that first half and started to exert a bit more authority over the game. But before that, NTC looked untroubled, and they were really quite good value for their lead. But some of the experience of Metro finally started to show. So I think NTC have to refine that spark that they started with in the first half, or the first half of the first half, and if they want to maintain this lead, because I felt that Metro weren't too far away from scoring, but Metro as well, they can't afford to start as slowly as they did in that first half. It took them a long time to get going, a real long time to get going. Just a quick look over the pitch, Paul. It doesn't look like any player has, in fact, been substituted at half-time. Both teams starting this second half as they ended the first, and we are off for this second half. It is a very important game because it is a battle for that final spot. Here's Bowler. She scored the goal. That's a great cross. Oh, excellent little flick there by Barber, but comfortable in the end for Commons. And finals football is on the line for these two teams. Of course, Paul, as you said, if Metro win, then they've solidified their spot in the top 4. But if NTC win, well, they'll jump Metro with 1 game to go. So all to play for both of these teams. And we're going to bring you this second half live on NPL TV. It's been a great night of football here. It's been an absolute privilege to bring it to you for NPL TV. Fantastic celebration of women's football. NTC now looking to build up, and it was Scousey, and she played it back and the ball through to right. Didn't come off. Throw in taken, flicked on by Roxy Dodd. Draper, and as far as Burns. Great ball. Madriz looked sensational in that first half. Set up the first goal. Cutting back. Well, she fouled. Nothing going, says the referee, and that'll be an NTC ball. Kontutsikos to take the throw. Another throw in, and Kontutsikos another opportunity. Barber. Flicked on by Ness Reid, though. Tonkin. Great ball. Well cut out. That was Green. And here's Madriz now inside the box. Squares it. Scousey. Great save by Commons. And that looked like NTC might have snuck a second, but Commons got down and palmed it past the post. And NTC have started this second half very well. We didn't see a lot of that towards the second half of the first half. But they've come out firing. Kontutsikos to take that corner. And that was a really good save by Commons, because that looked like it was going bottom corner. Kontutsikos swings it in, and Commons solid again. Green, that's loose. Early shot, and Commons has palmed that down. Probably didn't need to make that save, but was probably feeling out of position and just wanted to make sure Bowler's shot didn't sneak past her. Dodd. Reed. Mansueto. And Drapers touches a heavy one, and Tonkin's there to intercept. Barber. Shows Ness Reed her pace. Swings it in, and Scalzi in the way again. Draper dropping deep. He's going to play Commons. That's heavy. And Commons is giving it away, but Scalzi in the way again. Draper again loose. Bowler. It's gotten over to Madriz, who's offside. But early, some good early signs from NTC. And Metro again just a little bit asleep early in this second half, Paul. I feel like it's a bit of a repeat of the first half. They just seem to be on their heels a little bit, Metro.
Yeah, it's interesting that the half has taken the same pattern at the start, and of course they came back hard, but can't see that their lethargy lasting too long while they're behind.
Kontutsikos does well. Reed tried to play Mansueto, but NTC again in the way, and I've been very impressed with the right back for NTC, Kontutsikos, so getting forward and defending well. Scalzi.
It's been described to me as a breakthrough year for Erin Kontutsikos. She's a young player too, and look, they're all young in NTC, but born in 2005. It's
16.
Yeah. That's if she's turned 16. I'm not sure of her entire, exactly when her date of birth is.
Scalzi collecting the throw. Bit of fancy footwork there from Scalzi. Tried too much in the end. It's taken off the feet of Dodd by Draper. And that'll be a Metro throw.
Speaking of young players, Lily Barber was born in 2006. It's kind of scary to think that there's players out there that were born the year that Australia played the World Cup at the World Cup in Germany. But there you go, in the men's edition of the competition.
That's just phenomenal. And I got to say, and Barber has been
excellent,
really good in central midfield.
Very good player.
I mean, I did not pick her to be, 14, 15 years old. Amazing.
And, there's a foul on Bowler. It's funny when you look at them play, they don't look like kids. They look like, mature, young to be sure, but mature player. And a lot of them are just in that age group, 15, 16, 17. Here's an opportunity now. The ball doesn't quite get through to Nikki Scalzi, but here's Tolland. She's practically a veteran in this team, Zoe Tolland. And here goes Bowler. It's going to be a throw-in.
Tonight's WNPL Match of the Month is proudly presented by RAA. Kicking Goals, get an award-winning RAA insurance quote today. And SA Power Networks, empowering women's sport, proud supporters of the WNPL SA.
Dodd tries to flick the ball on, but it's going to come out to Tonkin. Good play, Burns. Here's Barber, who we spoke of earlier, and she's put in a good ball there for Madriz. Madriz has got through. Oh, the ball just didn't come out for her, but there's still a chance. It's going to be a corner. Madriz just broke, and just when she wanted to pull the trigger with that cross, ball just got under her feet a little bit, and she had to delay it. Okay. Don't really fancy NTC from corners, but you never know if they get the right delivery. Commons, oh, she's parried it. It's still alive. Here's Bill Monty. Wasn't quite the touch that she was looking for, but it's going to come in again. Commons is there.
It's a great ball by Kontoutsakos.
Yeah, we're just giving away so much physically in this battle when it comes to set pieces that, like I said, you just don't really think that NTC poses a threat from corners. But if you get it right, you may well score. And they've gotten a lot of things right so far this evening. Here's Ogston, who's looked pretty comfortable with so little experience in the WNPL. Tonkin clears. Draper, good control. So it's going to be sent back again by Burns this time. Here's Cotgrove, one of the youngsters on Metro's books. Opportunity now for Mansueto, but they've really got hold of the shot.
What do you think, Paul, of the tactic with Burns? I mean, she pushes quite high up and distributes almost as a defensive midfielder at times. It's a unique thing. A couple times we've got her confused with Kontoutsakos because she's marauded that far forward, but she's the central defender.
Well, one thing that Michele Lastella has talked about, the NTC coach, is just how good his defence is. Now, I don't think he thinks that either his midfields or his forwards are lacking, but he has got such a great back four with Tolan, Burns, Belmonte and Kontoutsakos. And, you know, that's just the ones that are on there now. And these are players that he genuinely believes are the absolute backbone of his side. And Burns, you know, you can be an out-and-out centre-back and still have, you know, great all-round ability, and she shows that for sure. NTC, 10 minutes into this second half, are still playing like the team that's looking for the breakthrough, and it's Metro that needs it. Trailing 1-0, the team in red shirts, the champions. They can't be champions again if they don't make the finals. And if they lose tonight, then their destiny will not be in their hands. They won't be out, but it's been stolen by Barber now. She's got Madriz. This place, it's offside, and that's it. That was a promising move because they were flooding into the box for NTC there. And Metro can breathe again.
Through the gates.
Just go right after this.
Isabella Scousi will take a sigh of relief there. And we can see just how strong the wind is tonight. The ball just moved a little bit there. Dodd. Again, Barber. Burns should clean this up for NTC. He's gotten it to Barber. NTC have won the throw. Again, Paul, another really slow start in this half from Metro, and we were discussing not long ago, they couldn't afford to start like this. They left their run in the first half a little late. The longer this goes, the more confident NTC are going to get that they can hold out this Metro team. Reed with a sweeping pass. Cleared by Tolland. Wright putting pressure on Kiriakou. Kiriakou's just looked a little underdone tonight.
Well, she's barely gotten back.
Yeah, that's true. She did.
From having a boy.
A little girl.
She had a girl.
Yes.
But you know, it was 50-50, and I went wrong.
She played in the Division 1 Metro United team last week. I'll just pause there. Here's Madriz again. Sweeps it in. Scousey, her namesake for company. Great ball. Here's a chance. Barber! What a goal! What a fantastic passage of play by NTC. And they deserved that. They really deserve that. They've come out firing in this second half. And what play from this team. And they have taken a commanding 2-0 lead in this match. And if the task wasn't hard enough for Metro United before, it definitely is now.
Lily Barber, remember the name. And what a great bit of play by Nikki Scousey. And I reckon Dad's not going to give her a lift home tonight, because she might have put the team her dad's coaching out of business.
What a horrible situation to be in.
The score is now Metro United 0. Football SA NTC 2.
Yes, well, Tony Scousey, the coach of Metro, his daughter leads the line for NTC. I'm sure Paul will tell her quietly when they get home that he was proud of her for the way she handled that, because she handled it superbly.
Yeah, certainly did.
And my goodness, have NTC turned up to play tonight. Reed, that's a not bad effort from Ness Reed. Comfortable in the end for Oxton. Plays it short. Tolland. Good ball. Bowler. And here we go again. Right. And Commons has read that well. And Tolland will clear it. Right. Didn't see the player behind her and lost possession. Draper. Oh, that's a foul. And just before that goal, Paul, just saying that Ebony Kiriakou, she was obviously making her way back from taking some time off owing to the fact that she gave birth to her first daughter, first child. She played in the Division 1 team last year, which is the division below the State League. And she's found herself in the seniors tonight. And I just wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that we're not seeing Laura Stockdale tonight, where there was a necessity.
Well, and, you know, we haven't really mentioned it, but it's been injury-wise, it's been a horrible season for Metro. They've had so many players out. As one of their staff said to me, we'll just pause here while this attack goes on here.
Mansueto to Draper. Back to Mansueto. Mansueto's offside.
Yes, one of their staff said to me, we don't have 1 or 2 week hamstring injuries or anything like that. No, we have season-long ones at Metro. I shouldn't laugh. It's been a horrible run for them. But there's a change going on. I think Draper's gone.
Draper and Mansueto have come off.
And coming on,
15 and 5.
It's basically going to be Signoriello and Tadino. Well, Tadino's a good move because she gives so much. She gives so much attacking threat, and they really need her right now. Free kick to NTC. But having said that, you know, and Metro struggles. Take nothing away from NTC. There's a stat that I think is really relevant here, and that is that if they go on and win this game in TC, they're going to go to 26 points. They're playing Comets next week, and they'd be giving a chance. That'd give them a chance to go to 29. Now, the NTC team that made the finals in 2018 finished with 31 points. Now, that was the team, as we said, that had, Georgie Anella, Lara Kirkby, Mallory Mullins, Charlotte Grant, and, a very young Tollenden Tonkin. I mean, a star-studded team in retrospect. That team got 31 points in 2018. This team here is looking at a possibility of 29. That's pretty good going to be just about matching the class of 2018. And
based on what we've seen tonight.
Oh, well, there's some players here who are undoubtedly going to be playing at the very least at the W League level. And, we've mentioned as well, they're without Murray and DeCola as well, two of their absolute guns, and they're still pushing on. Madrid's in the thick of it. And her and Kontutsakos, terrific.
Just need to make a small correction regarding Kyriake Pool. She wasn't in the Division 1 team. She was in the Metro Reserves team for the last couple of weeks. So do apologise for that error. But I think the point remains the same, that she's been building up her fitness for a few weeks and maybe thrust in for injuries a little too soon. She looked a bit she's looking a bit tired, but she survived the subs then. And she's class. I just wonder if that's playing in Tony Scousy's mind, the coach. And a player of her ability is better on the park than on the bench.
Yeah. Nikki Scousy. She's shown a bit of ability tonight. And out wide now. Metro have another chance to, NTC have another chance to attack. Bowler! Oh! My goodness, they're playing well. Wright has come to the left. That was going to happen sooner or later. And now she's put through Bowler again. It's not a bad ball. Too close to Commons, though.
Now, I like that ball. Wrights comes to the left.
Well, it was totally factual. There was really no other way I could have described it, I guess. Now they're still putting pressure on through Barber. Tolland. And here is Wright on the left. She's won a corner. And if you're watching this tonight, I don't want to go. I don't want to go too far on this front, but I do think you're seeing something special with this NTC side. I think you're seeing a really, really good group of players playing really, really good football. And it'll be a big turn up for them to be in the finals. And right now, they are on track. Corner. And it's gone over Tonkin. Belmonte! Was worth a go.
Just in this pause, just let you know that Fulham have now taken a 3-1 lead against Adelaide City in the other game. This is a big upset brewing on pitch 2 here at Velo.
Well, that would mean that they and Uni would be tied on points in the relegation battle going into the last round. Uni would have the better goal difference, though. Gee, the permutations tonight, it's amazing. And they've been changing rapidly.
Look it in there, NTC.
Then next week, Fulham plays Metro. You have a team probably battling for finals against a team battling relegation. Meanwhile, Uni, we're talking about the relegation battle, they have to play Inter. Tough going, and you just think, and I know she's probably thinking it anyway, but you just think that what would have happened if that penalty of Stella Regons had gone in and Uni would have won the game, and they would have been a long way clear. Here goes Madriz again. That's a throw-in.
It's going to be a fantastic last round of football.
This round hasn't finished. I'm already excited about the last round.
For the WMPO and the regular season. So many permutations. And you're right, Paul. I can't help but feel for Adelaide Uni. They looked for all money, like they had the 3 points sewn up in the first game. Just conceded in the 93rd minute. And with Fulham surprisingly beating Adelaide City on pitch 2, it's opened up that relegation battle. Here's Metro. Well cut out again by the NTC defence, and that's an excellent ball. Here's Wright. Cuts inside. Dummies the shot. Oh, that was well done by Green. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a bit of shoulder to shoulder. A few fans thinking it was a bit malicious, but good body work by Green. And Commons calls that, and that'll go through the Metro keeper.
Metro can't get over their halfway line at the moment.
No, it's been an amazing 15 or so minutes, or 25 or so minutes, Paul, sorry. Because it's just been one-way traffic.
Oh, and suddenly they have a corner, though.
So it is a corner to Metro, but this is the first time this half they've really pushed this far forward. I don't feel like that's an exaggeration either. And it had to be the left-back, Cotgrove, to maraud forward to try and do something, and it really has been a struggle for Metro in this half. And NTC player just feeling the effects of that. Kontoutsakos by the looks of it. It's either Kontoutsakos or Burns. They similar hairstyles. It makes life a little difficult, particularly because the players aren't wearing their usual numbers tonight. These heritage strips, they've mixed and matched the numbers. We had a game before where we had 2 outfield players wearing number 1. And they were against each other too. Swung in. Metro, can they get a header? Oh, excellent clearance. That was Bowler there. Tolland, I'm sorry. Here's Roxy Dodd. Done well, Roxy Dodd. Tadino. Oh, there's a goal back. And it is Tadino who scored. It was Signorello who crossed the ball into Tadino. And Metro have a sniff, Paul.
Yeah, and it was the right move, I think, to get Tadino on, because she's just a player that provides so much effervescent attacking. Funnily enough, it was her on the end of that one, not the creator, which is where she often is. But you know, they really haven't been in this half at all, and but they've fashioned the goal, and it's game on.
Chanel Tadino. The score is now Metro United 1, Football SA NTC 2.
And that might just be the spark, the tonic that Metro needed. Kyriakou with a heavy clearance just to really dig deep this next 20 minutes, because they have been they haven't been the best team this half, that's for sure. They've struggled, and that goal's probably come against the run of play, but they are a talented team, and maybe that's just what they need to remind themselves of that. Tadino returning the favour to Signorello. She fouled. Referee says no. Got the ball. Long clearance by NTC. That was Kontoutsakos. Scousey. Back to Commons. Back to Scousey. Reed tried to turn, and that was really well done by Madriz, and ended up winning the throw for NTC.
In the 72nd minute, 2-1 in this intriguing game. We've been blessed with some fantastic football tonight. That first match, particularly the finish that we brought to you between West Adelaide and Adelaide Uni, was quite breathtaking. And this one's got a bit to play out yet, with NTC taking a deserved 2-0 lead, but Metro, really their first decent attack of their second half, and pulled back and scored. Long ball by Steer. Bit of a push there on Tadino. And Steele will probably deliver another one Probably long towards the edge of the penalty box. See if Kiriakou can get her head on it. That's where it goes. It's not going to quite get that far. Corner. Big opportunity, and could this game turn around in just a couple of minutes? Scott runs over to take it. Here we go. Every NTC player, bar one, is in the penalty area. In fact, they're all in the penalty area now. Steer. Reed! It's a goal kick. Put everything into defending that corner, NTC. Did not even leave a player hanging out at the halfway line. They're making absolutely sure that they negate Metro's power in those situations as much as they can. Right, it goes past her, Green, but here's Nikki Scalzi. Here comes Belmonte. Very good player technically, Michaela Belmonte. Scott flicks forward for Metro. Well intercepted there by Burns. It's going to end up with Commons. Looks like that'll be Burns again. Oh, she's shanked that one. Dodd. Tadino. Tadino loves these situations. She's still going. Cleared in the end. And an error from Burns leading that situation. She's not made many tonight at all. Now it's going to be Scarpin coming on. Only about to make her 9th appearance for NTC in the WNPL this season.
She's come on for Scalzi, Paul.
Yep, straight swap. She hasn't scored yet in this comp, but she is capable, Claire Scarpin. She's just won a foul, so that will help just relieve that little bit of pressure that's been starting to build on Metro, on NTC since Metro scored. Long ball, it's going to be over Scarpin. Won by Steer. Well done, Dodd. And Belmonte has just wow, intercepted that stylishly.
That's eloquently put, Paul.
Tolland trying to get right through. That's a really good ball. Can Wright get there before Green? Green's got it under control, but now has to prevent the corner. She's done really well. Make sure that she's shepherded it out.
Still 3-1 for Fulham against Adelaide City, Paul.
Will's gone mad.
Face up, face up.
Steer. It's intercepted by Tonkin. Right, good play. Back to Bowler. There's lots of players in the middle here. Didn't find the target, and a shot there by, oh, and a appeal for handball. Tonkin was trying to bustle her way through, but it's a free kick to Metro.
Get back in there, NTC.
Dodd flicks on well. Tadino tries to get Scott through. A little bit more angle, and they might have just been in there. We're in the 78th minute. Now, Belmonte. taking her time, Burns. Sorry, that was Toland. Belmonte. Good ball up. Right. Reckon she's won the throw. She has. Annie Green's missed a bit of the season, injured for Metro, but she's back out looking sharp again. She was a real hero in the grand final last year, one of the younger brigade. Scarpin. Ball's come in. Will it drop? No. Dodd's done well there to just take possession. Signoriello. Scalzi. He's Signoriello again, but Tompkins read that situation. Cleared by Burns. A draw would probably be a result that Metro would be happier with. It would mean that they would keep a 1 point advantage over NTC with a match against Fulham next round. But they're still behind. And being behind puts NTC in the box seat next week.
Kontoutzikos now take the throw. Scarpin tried to play Madrid's. That will be comfortable for Metro to defend. It's about 10 minutes to go here at Velo. NTC 2, Metro United 1. And as Paul just said, spot in the top 4 in finals football beckoning for one of these two teams. And tonight's result will have a big influence on which one that is. Kontoutzikos with the throw down the line. Madrid's looking to flick it on. Metro clearing it was Cockgrove. Another throw by Kontoutzikos. Barber, who scored the second goal, an excellent passage of play. One for the highlight reel. Oh, Commons got tested there. She did well in the end, Commons, because I felt like she was struggling to get back to that. Managed to palm it onto the bar, and
she was wrong-footed, so she really had to readjust really well.
Well, she's kept Metro in this game. Belmonte, who, if there was an award, a weekly award for best defensive player of the play of the week, she'd win it with that sort of back heel stop. It was just so casual. It's like, I do this all the time. What are you getting excited about?
Isn't that a normal skill?
Well, it was excellent. Another substitution here for Metro, and Kiriaku's night is over. Just get eyes on who's replaced her.
I think it's her day, but just wait till she gets a bit closer in. No, it might be Calabria, Tessa Calabria, who's come on.
Might be Bilardo, in fact, Paul.
Talia Bilardo. All right, third time, lucky.
Here's Cockgrove. Tadino, who got on the score sheet for Metro and really livened up this match. Great ball. Great ball by Steer. Oh, was that a penalty? Referee's allowed play to go on. Metro with a chance to make it 2-2. And cleared off the line by NTC. And I just wonder, I thought for a moment there, Paul, that maybe the NTC player had fouled the Metro player and there was a penalty beckoning. But the referee allowed play to continue, and it was Scott who had the opportunity. It was blocked by the NTC defence. It's now with Reed. And Metro now pushing for it. Like Paul said, 1 point would keep destiny in their own hands. A loss, and they need the NTC to lose next week. And the referee's given a foul against the goalkeeper there. It was,
well, there was no way Dodd could win that header without clattering into the keeper, and I think that's why that free had to be given.
A few of the Metro fans unhappy, but I think the right decision was made. A few players feeling the effects right now. Tadino's down, looking a bit ginger. Dodd, second time that she's...
I think that was from contact, though. I don't think that's from. I don't think that's for any other reason. There's been a couple of clashes in that penalty area. Not, fair clashes. Having to defend very heavily. Sorry,
Tolan to Burns. Well, given away by Burns, but luckily the touch from Reed only went to Tonkin for NTC. Commons now. Long hoist forward, and you might just have caught Michele Lastella saying to his players, 10 minutes of work. Scott's taken a head knock and the referee has to stop play.
She's holding it really on her forehead.
It was just in that header, Paul, I think. It was completely accidental, but...
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there was no foul there, so I'm surprised the referee's given a free kick here. Play continued for a considerable amount of time. Nevertheless, it's a free kick. Swung in. Flicked on. NTC should get out of trouble here. There's 5 minutes to go in regulation time. Can Metro find the equaliser? NTC, hold on.
It's on the line. Taking the big advantage into the last round to decide which one of these two teams will take fourth spot. It will be one of these two teams. Comets are really out of the running. They're on 22 points. Even if this is a draw, Metro will be on 25. And their goal difference is about 20 goals better. So it won't be Comets. It'll be one of these sides that fills the last place in the finals four. Free kick for Metro. Ogston comes and claims really, really well. Lots of players in her way, and she found her way to claim the cross and claim it well. Oh. Metro did win the championship from fourth last season. It's a tough thing to do. It'd be amazing to do it a second time, but they can't do it if they're not fourth, and they can't control that if they lose this game. They must get at least a point to lead the race for the finals against Metro going in, against NTC going into the last round.
Madriz has come off, Paul. Number 9's come on.
Yeah, that's Willoughby, and she's a very much a part of the first team. She's made 19 appearances this season, so pretty good sub to come on. Got a big engine. Doesn't really matter now when there's only a few minutes left, but that's one of the things that's often mentioned about her is just her incredible athletic power. Steer, trying to find the right ball, trying to find Bilardo. Cockgrove. Tadino. Reed reverse ball. Not sure everyone was ready for it, and Cockgrove's ended up putting it out. And that's a win for NTC. We're getting close to 88 minutes. In this game, I guess you could call it a mini final. And the NTC team are hanging on.
If the last game taught us anything, Paul, you can't just assume that the game's over.
Well, you're right. Had an open goal missed, followed by a penalty missed. Open goal missed at one end, penalty missed at the other end, and then a goal at the end that the open goal was missed at 2 minutes later. Just crazy finish. And a finish that could decide, that could have a huge bearing on the final standings.
Yeah, absolutely, because it looks like Fulham is going to hold on against Adelaide City. Still 3-1 in that game.
Yeah, that puts Fulham level on points with Adelaide Uni, but with a much worse goal difference going into the last round. NTC just having a good little run here of throw-ins, which is just helping them to wind down the clock. We've got 1 minute left, plus whatever time is allowed for stoppages. Could be about 3 or 4 minutes.
I just wonder if the referee's going to add a bit of that time with the Roxy Dodd injury in the first half at the end of this second half, because it seemed like the first half was rather short in additional time, Paul. I felt the referee called an end to that half a bit prematurely.
It would be a bit odd, but we did have that injury to Scott, and there's been lots of substitutions in this half eating up time as well, so I think at least 3 minutes is on, if not more.
Costanzo's on for Barber too, Paul. Last substitution for NTC.
Reed just cleverly plays the ball after she'd fallen, and Tadino's won a throw.
Got the Bronx cheers from the supporters and still managed to play the ball on the deck.
There's Gary too.
We're into injury time, and Metro are working their way forward. Up the line, Reed. That's been cleared. Steer. Clever. She's angled the header out to where she could find a teammate. Ball's over Dodd though. Reed again. Trying to drive her team forward. Scott trying to flick it on. That's hooked away by Wright. Steer's gone forward. Might have got a foul there. Nothing doing. Green. Scott. Good defending by Tolland. Scott comes again. Bilardo. And it's cleared. Here's Scarpin. Holds the ball up well. Overlapping run. Can it come through to Scarpin again? No. Scalzi's in the way. Wright's got a chance to put through. Oh, it's offside. For a moment, it looked like Willoughby had found the right ball. It's going to be a card because the ball was kicked away. It's not really going to add much time. Claire Scarpin maybe just a little bit needlessly got herself into the book. Tonkin trying to find Scarpin again. This is the end of this ground that NTC wants it as we're in the dying minutes. Scarpin does well to get the ball in, but that's read by Scalzi. Reed, good play.
Ladies and gentlemen here at the Velo Football Centre, thank you for your attendance this evening. The final crowd across the entire event, 1,425.
What an amazing, if you heard that announcement, 1,425 people here tonight. That is a fantastic outcome. Absolutely fantastic. And well done to Football SA for some relentless promotion on this terrific occasion, and well done to the women's football community for the way they've taken this on and embraced it and gotten right behind it. Great play there by Scarpin. She's basically just using up the time by winning that throw.
Get focused, NTC. Not over yet.
They're in no hurry. Young team, but the game management of very experienced players they're showing at the moment.
Very impressive, Paul. Very impressive unit.
Is this going to be the last chance for Metro to produce an attack? And once again, the ball's just hooked away by Willoughby as far away as she can, but this is a throw. Lots of traffic. Scalzi. She's got a bit of room here to get it out to Green. Green's done well there to find Bilardo. This is the ball. Oh, Bilardo's missed it. She just did not get her foot around that ball at all, and it just went harmlessly down to Ogston, who's been very, very good tonight, coming in at the last minute as the reserve keeper. Only beaten once, and there was really nothing she could have done about that. Tonkin wins an important header. Willoughby again. She can just take it to the corner flag and take up a bit more time. She decides to go the cross though. It's going to be booted away. And there it is. NTC are in the box seat to make the finals. They will go 2 points ahead of Metro going into the last round of games. And that means that when they face Comets next week, the finals will beckon. A point might be enough for them. A win would guarantee it. Great win by NTC over Metro. And what a fantastic final round we've got to look forward to.
Absolutely, Paul. What a superb performance from this young team. If anybody watching wouldn't really think these fantastic athletes are so young, they showed a considerable amount of experience, and like you said just a moment ago, their game management, the way they passed the ball around and structured themselves, it was excellent to watch. And I think on the balance of play tonight, deserving winners.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
I almost feel horrible saying this out loud, but it would be hard to deny them based on what we saw tonight, an opportunity to prove themselves in the final series, because they played some very attractive, well-composed football, and it was a pleasure to watch. It was a pleasure to watch.
Looking at some of the stats, 7 shots on target to NTC, to Metro United 6. And, you know, it was no accident that they were able to make the better goal threats throughout the game. They just really look like a club. I mean, I said it before, you know, they look like a team that, you know, is used to, you know, being in each other's pockets all the time. You know, the kind of players that have built that relationship that, you know, you would expect of people that have been together for more years than they have. Yeah, some of them have been in the program at Football SA for 3 or 4 years, but a lot of them, you know, in that NTC program, they're in, they're out. You know, it's a very difficult program to stay in. Competition's really, really hard with so many great players trying to get in every season, and they've really shown something tonight and this season.
Absolutely, Paul. Before we wrap up, we should mention that tonight's WNPL matches of the month were proudly presented by RAA. Kicking Goals, get an award-winning RAA insurance quote today. And SA Power Networks, empowering women's sport, proud supporters of the WNPLSA. We've had a fantastic evening here at Velo Sports Centre. An excellent celebration of women's football, 100 years to the day since the first public match of women's football in Australia. On behalf of myself, Spiro, and my co-commentator, Paul, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to having you back again very soon. Please stay safe and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you again in the near future. Good night.